Brenda, another coup that the club have pulled off. It's becoming quite expected in the football world that Wigan Athletic can go to such heights.
Yeah, it's fantastic. We went over to Colombia to see the lad and to speak to the club and try and do a deal. And obviously, he was just short of the criteria for the work permit. So we had to go to the appeal panel yesterday, and luckily we got it.
Quite a few who lobbed up at this appeal yesterday. Mob-handed, I guess.
Yes, there was myself and the manager and John Benson, and we had a solicitor working for us as well. But we put a good case together, and it spoke for itself because the player seems really good. And I don't get involved on the football side, just on the finance side, but it is a big commitment from the club, and I think he'll do well here.
Follows in the footsteps of Wilson and Valencia, Figueroa. So it's a well-trodden path that the boy's coming down.
Yes, it is, and it's a little shame, really, that we have to go abroad for our players now, but the English players are outpriced out of the market, and we can't afford to bring English players in, unfortunately. But we've done quite well with the South Americans.
I did a piece with MUTV yesterday in the light of tomorrow's game, and also they were interested in this play. We just signed Hugo, and they were wondering what the contact is with Wigan Athletic and South and Central America. Can you fill us in on that?
Yes, we got involved with a company who brought Wilson and Maynard to us, and Valencia, and they seem to bring good players to us. We have them watched and tracked, and John Benson goes out and has a look at them, and the manager goes out, and they seem to be doing quite well for us.
Hugo's work permit was a fulfilment of quite a lot of work that's been gone on out there. Do you get frustrated the length of time that these things take, or with you being in the game so long now, you come used and acclimatised to it?
I think you do get used to it, the bureaucracy, but obviously when you want a player, you'll go to any lengths. It was no fun going out to Colombia, I can tell you. I had 9 planes in 6 days, and it was very tiring, and the language barrier was quite difficult. But we had an interpreter, and we got through it. But it was very draining, but now we've reaped the benefits.
Quite, and it sounds so exotic when the gaffer of Wigan Athletic travelling out to South America to not poach players, but to get players that other people probably wanted.
There's nothing like that about it at all. It's just you go out there, you do the business, and you come back. It's not a holiday, I can tell you.
What can you tell us about the player himself?
Well, I can say from the positive side of the player, he came over through an interpreter when I went over there early December. He couldn't speak any English, and obviously we spoke through the interpreter, but his enthusiasm was great, and he really wanted to come to Wigan. That was obvious. Then during the Christmas spell, I got a phone call one day, which was quite amazing, and the caller was Hugo, and he said, "Hello Brenda, this is Hugo. I have watched the game, fantastic result, well done." And then the interpreter came on, and a couple of times I've spoken to him, and his English is not good, but at least he's trying, and I think that shows the enthusiasm of the player.
That bodes well for Latic's world, because we do run out of players who do speak English to interview from time to time. So if you could bear that in mind in your future negotiations. But overall, a good acquisition, and now we're waiting for January 31st to come without any more changes, I guess.
Well, we'd all like to keep our squad together. I think this is a really good squad, and we'd like fighting tooth and nail to keep all our players here. And then if we can bring Hugo in as well, I think we'll have a quite exciting end to the season.
Do you envisage any more comings or goings?
We'd like to stay as we are now. I'm sure Steve's told you the same. We'd like to keep the squad that we've got together. But obviously, if somebody comes in and wants a player badly enough and offers enough money and the player wants to go, we've got to consider it.
When you think that we're into the start of the second half of the season, 7th in the table with 31 points, do you wake up in the morning and just pinch your arm a little bit saying, is this really happening? Or is it the hard work that's gone in? We're reaping the benefits from that, of course.
I think, yeah, we're reaping the benefits from the players. I mean, Sunday's game against Tottenham said it all. We started poorly, really, but they stuck in there, the lads, and fantastic second half. And I think that's the first time we've beaten Tottenham, so that was fantastic. And I think we're 31 points and we're sitting 7th, and it's good, but we've got to keep our feet firmly on the ground here because it's really tight towards the bottom there. I mean, I know the bottom two are on 18, but then you've got 20, 23, 25, 26, and when you look at it like that, it's not an awful lot. You know, you go on a bad run and you could be, but I don't think we will. I think that we'll be all right, but that's just me personally.
You mentioned Spurs and got off to a great start to January. January is a really challenging month. 2 Manchester clubs, Liverpool, Villa, but they'll be worried just as much as we are worried about them. That's the stage of the game now with Wigan Athletic status.
Yeah, I think so, and Sir Alex said it, didn't he, himself? He said, I've got 2 games coming up now, Wigan and Bolton, and neither of them are going to be easy. Wigan's on a good run and Bolton's a difficult place to go to. So I don't think anybody thinks, oh, it's only Wigan or it's only Bolton. I think that all the big clubs now, we've had tight games against the big ones apart from Man United, haven't we? And I hope that Wednesday night perhaps is our night.
Got a great backroom staff. That's the real key to this. Off the field, the staff are tremendous. The hard work they do with yourself and with the manager and his staff. But the squad is not the thickest, it's not the deepest, and we've been fortunate with injuries. 1 or 2 suspensions along the line, but as long as we can keep injury-free, major injury-free, and manage the suspensions like we have done, there's no reason why we can't go on from here.
No, I don't think so. I know people are getting quite dizzy now thinking that you could get into Europe, and I hope one day we do get into Europe and before it's time for me to retire as well. But no, we just let's enjoy where we are and enjoy the football we're playing, and we're really not frightened of anybody. That's the main thing. We're in our first season or 2, we were, oh dear me, it's Man United or it's Chelsea or it's Arsenal, and I don't think we've got those nerves anymore. So I think we just keep our feet firmly on the ground and watch this tremendous football that they're playing, and like you say, we've got good staff, background staff, good administration staff, and as a whole, fantastic at the club.
Well, just over 12 months since Bruce came here and Eric as well. What's your thoughts on the last 12 months, last 14 months now perhaps?
I think it's great. He's a good manager, and like you say, his backroom staff's good, and the people at Wigan that keep doing the stats and showing us where we would have been if this had been a 12 months that Steve was in charge, we would have been playing in Europe. So yeah, it's fantastic, and I think the main thing is the respect that Steve seems to get from his players. Nobody, you don't have to be liked in your job so long as the people that are working for you respect you, and I think Steve's got that from his players.
The table came up on TV this morning. I just looked at it. I thought, Wigan third? It was, in fact, the form table, and I thought it was the Premiership table for a second, and I missed some matches. But real good fettle at the minute.
Yes, I think. I mean, it's difficult to single out players, really difficult. And like you hit the nail on the head when you said injury-free. If we keep injury-free and suspension-free, I just think we're just in for a good end of the season, a good few months now to enjoy the football.
The window shuts on the 31st, as we all know. Problems won't go away, though. We have a couple of players. I know one of them is your favourite as well. They'll be up for grabs in the summer if you manage to keep them in January. How difficult on a personal level will it be to deal with the Heskey transfer saga?
Well, I think Emile's been fantastic for us. When we bought Emile from Birmingham, everybody thought we were mad. People said, why are you buying Emile Heskey? But Emile's been an absolute gem for us, and he's been well for himself. He's played some of his best football for a long time here, got him back into the England side. He's a fantastic pro. He's good to have at your club. And yeah, we'll be sorry to lose him in the summer if he goes in the summer. But he's also been fantastic for us. He's told us that he was staying with us till summer. He was seeing out his contract. He's enjoyed his time at Wigan. So he's a super pro. And he's 31. He was 31 on Sunday. So if he gets his final move, we'll just wish him all the best.
You're giving him big raps there, but also the other side of the coin, Brenda, is that Wigan Athletic have been very, very good for Emile Heskey as well.
Of course they have, yeah, because like I say, he's come and settled into the side and played some good football, like I say, which got him back into the England squad. So I think it's worked both ways, and the loyalty from both sides.
We're busting New Year now. What sort of a New Year's message have you got for the JJB fans, the Latics fans?
I just say keep coming, keep supporting the team. I know our chairman would like more supporters to come and watch us. Like we played Tottenham on Sunday, we had nearly 15,000 of our own supporters, which when I look back to 99 when we were getting 3,000, it is a big jump. But I know that the chairman would like to fill the stadium. I know he would like to see us being 22 and 23,000 every week, and I hope that comes. I really do, because of everything he's put into the club. And I hope he gets that. But just keep behind, just the fans just keep getting behind the team. They were fantastic on Sunday. Even when we weren't playing our best, those first 20 minutes or so, the fans got really behind the team, and that's what we want. We want to hear noise and the enthusiasm that the fans give us.
And finally, come the end of May, where would you expect Wigan Athletic to be on the ladder?
We always say in the Premiership, so we always look at fourth from bottom.
Brenda, we've come a lot further than that now. You keep telling me to keep my feet on the ground, but we've come a lot further than that now.
Yeah, I think our first season we finished 10th, didn't we? And then after that we've struggled a little bit. So I think anything between that 10th spot, round that 10th spot, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th is fantastic.
Fantastic achievement for the club as well. Well done. Thanks very much for the interview.
Thanks, Graham.
Thanks, Brenda.
Is that okay?
Yeah.